Finally. Hey,
Oh, my
Kylo,
goodness.
how's it going? My dog is excited for this week's show. Oh, it's Harley. Oh, boy, we got the whole family here. Oh!
Your dog showed up?
Yeah, Mr. Remy, don't knock my lights over. Don't knock my lights over.
I can just see the tail waving by your arm.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's been
Oh,
a minute,
man.
hasn't it? It's been
So
a minute since the
long.
last Cubs show.
We feel
been
bad.
Quite a while.
We feel bad.
well,
We've had some life going on.
We had life going. Well, first of all, we had the holiday season. You were busy with your family. I was busy with mine. And and then now that the January
You went on
hits,
vacation.
I went to Hawaii, got engaged in Hawaii, then I moved, then I made the deal with Comcast, transferred to service over. Comcast is not a great company to work with. Oh my gosh.
And then not to be a party pooper, but next week I'm on vacation.
Oh geez, you got vacation. You're world travelers, man.
Yeah.
It's that YouTube
I know.
cash for you, man. You're traveling the
Oh
world.
man, my wife and I have been planning this trip since December 2017.
Ooh, wow.
So it's been a long time. There's been so many things going on. It keeps getting delayed.
You're going to Florida, right?
Florida. We're gonna go to Disney World. We're gonna see all the Star Wars stuff.
There's I met the monorail driver. I can maybe get you in touch. I think his name is Jared. It slipped my mind. It starts with a J. Jake or Jared. He's one of the monorail drivers that noticed me when I was waiting in line. So you got to hit him up. He still works there, I believe. He can get you around town quicker. So
Nice.
hopefully have fun. Disney World's always fun. They have you should be going to the Disney World when they have the whole Star Wars resort opened up.
We'll probably go to Disneyland for that. And I got to cut in. I'm getting a lot of comments about your audio being too quiet or me being too
quiet.
loud.
Let's fix
So
that.
turn yourself up a bit and turn me down a little bit.
Crank it up. You want to crank it up? That should be better, I would think. That should be better. Just gotta
Let us
talk
know in the
into
chat
mic.
if that sounds better, my dude. Let us know.
Please check your volumes. Cubs, you looking good,
It
I
was a
think.
mistake.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll just have to keep going with the flow. We hit the new setup here, so we got to turn some knobs, baby. Does Cubs have priority chat in Discord? Who knows? Probably. All right, so we'll have to go with the flow. We just got to talk closer to the mic.
We
All
got
right.
so much to discuss in this
Yes.
episode. In fact, we were talking beforehand, before we got started. I don't know if we can fit all of this
Yeah. We have
in
an
one
hour.
episode. So hold on to your butts, my dudes. Go, you know what? Go grab some popcorn. Go grab some soda, Mountain Dew, because we've got a lot to break down today, starting with the return of our Lord and Savior, maybe my Lord and Savior.
Yeah, yours. Jeez,
Jedi
man.
Revan. Are you
Yep.
finally going to get him? Did you do your due
Yes.
diligence?
I did. Let me pull up my roster real quick over here. Yeah, so it's I finished him off. Well, not him. I finished the farming the characters probably early January here. So I am ready.
Yeah.
And man, I don't know if one thing I've learned is that, man, it sucks if you didn't get this character the first time around. It sucks if you didn't get this character the first time around because, man, I mean, yeah, C-3PO is keeping me relevant in Chewbacca, so it's like, it's not that big of a problem. But right now, the problem is in Arena. If you got CLS or Traya, you're going to get targeted no matter what because those are the easier defensive teams to knock out compared to Revan. Revan's still a bit annoying on defense to get or to beat. So I will be getting him. But I already made a video kind of talking about this. Is it too late to fully appreciate Revan? He's still going to be a good character. He's still going to be good. He's still going to be relevant. Still going to be good for, like, Grand Arena. I think he's necessary for that than Territory Wars. But if we think with an Arena perspective, I don't see him being King of Arena for much longer. I think he had his 4 or 5 months, and we might just start seeing, we're going to start chipping away at Revan. What are you thinking?
So let me make sure I understand you right. Are you telling me that you don't plan on gearing Jedi Revan when you get him?
For a week or two. I will be gearing him eventually. That'd be suicide if I don't. But immediately, I don't see myself gearing him up. We're going to talk about it. There's been quote-unquote alleged leaks floating around right now, and that has me more excited than gearing up a 4-month-old character because my number one priority is getting Arena going because I need to make sure I always get number one, get that 500 lovely crystals every single day. And that's I will be gearing him up eventually because if you don't have any Grand Arena, you're kind of screwed.
We'll have to see what comes.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
I mean, obviously, you guys have heard there's a leak going around. We don't know if it's true or not, so don't ask us. We're just going to go off of what we've seen, and we're pretty much on the same page as you guys on this. But it looks like Grievous is getting a rework in February, which I think is just going to be, partying like it's 1999 on your channel.
Yeah.
If that happens. But, you might want to invest more in that when Revan comes. But that said, I get a lot of people who worry, all right, I'm finally going to get Revan, but is he still going to be worth it? And my advice in that regard is look at the history of this game.
Yeah.
And look at the other journey characters. Who are the journey characters? We've got Rey Jedi Training. We've got CLS. I'm still seeing both of those guys in Arena. Yeah. I'm still seeing both of them in Arena as very viable counters to Jedi Revan. And so to me, while Revan, obviously he's got his exclusive time frame where he was behind a strict paywall, unless you hoarded crystals for months. And I just, that exclusive window might, lose its luster. Yeah. But he is not going to be irrelevant. He is not going to be unusable. And I think he's going to be a must for all of you. I know you're excited about this Grievous rework thing. I hope, but I'm going to tell you right now, I think it will be a mistake if you wait to gear up your Revan. I would blitz him immediately, but that's just me.
Well, here's the thing.
That's just me.
I think for the next character, whoever's coming up, if it is Darth Revan, like the leaks allege, I'll show him. Let me actually pull up the screenshot here real quick while we talk. If this is allegedly true right here, that we are supposed to get...
We just have to say that over and over again.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So if this is true that Darth Revan's coming, just from a content creator standpoint, like there's so many times it's like, man, I wish I had a Revan so I can make 500 videos on it, on showing it what he's worth. Right. I'm not gonna miss this opportunity. Whatever the next big characters, if it's Darth Revan or Malik, for example, if it is a big character, this is our like side business right here, and it's like, I need to get this, whatever the next big character is. I think it's going to be more important than Jedi Knight Revan. I need to get this character, and I'd rather gear up that character, whatever characters I needed to get that character.
But do you have to choose? Because say this is coming at the end of February, right? Revan's coming end of January. That gives you a full month to get Revan geared up and save up gear for whatever's next. I think that's plenty of time for you to gear up Revan and be ready for whatever's coming next.
I mean, I am going to gear up this character eventually, but with the amount of resources I have, what I can, like, if every one of these things come on this list, a Grievous reworks, maybe some more droids, a droid rework, then Darth Revan and supporting cast for Darth Revan, my inventory that I have now, I can gear up every single one of those things that happen in February and be on top of the latest and greatest versus hopping in a car that's already old and beaten up a little bit. So, I don't know. And
so, hopping in a car that's old and beaten up. I mean, I'm just not sure if I can get behind that, though, because look at what CLS is doing. Look at what JTR is doing.
Well, keep this in mind. Do you remember when the CLS came out August 2017? Jedi Training Rey came out December 2017. Then all of a sudden we got the Palpatine rework in February, and then all the other stuff signed and whatnot. So by the time those events came back around, those characters were quickly irrelevant. CLS got blown out of the meta when Palpatine came. Jedi Training Rey held her own, but then once we got Scion, and then the Nihilist rework, and then Sith Trooper, she was having a hard time sticking around as well. So usually by the time that second event comes around, they're not king and queens anymore. There's someone contesting the spots they're holding on the throne. It's like Game of Thrones, man, in this game of Swaga. And so... and
I can concede. I think that Revan's time as the king is coming to a close. But that said, I still think it's extremely important to gear him up because there's more than
100%.
Plus, let's not forget raids. I mean, I could go on and on about how valuable Revan is in Grand Arena and in Territory Wars, but Revan is what takes you millions of damage further in the Sith raid. He's a huge component of that. And so, I don't know. I mean, just deciding not to gear... unless there's a new character that comes out right away, and it's like, Revan does nothing in Arena right now.
Well, this thing is true right here.
I can't get behind waiting to gear him up.
Right. I mean, well, if this thing is true right here, between the 7th and the 14th, you might get a Grievous rework and then a faction rework for the droids. And, I mean, this doesn't maybe show everything, but there could be new droids coming along with it. So there's a good chance that 7 days right after the Revan event comes around, we'll see some new stuff. But again, I think the logical advice, if you had to give someone advice, then you would say, gear up Revan. That's the logical advice. for me, I don't do things logically, obviously, because if we look over here, I have a Gear 12 Plus General Grievous. So what I do is more for personal enjoyment, which is my #1 rule in the game.
There's something to that.
Yeah, so obviously there's like two perspectives. You either take the fun route or you take the super efficient, do this route, and depending on, I mean, I kind of take something in between. You know, obviously I still have my good stuff gear up, but I mean, just the prospect that Grievous could be happening this month finally, with the L337 being the login reward, and there's all these rumors floating around at the moment. It's like, this might be the month I've been waiting for 3 years. I'm not in a rush to get Jedi Knight Revan. By the way, you're getting a bunch of donations. Maybe you should check them out in a second. So, logical advice, Cubs is 100% right. If you like, it's like, you know, it's like one thing they tell you in law school and you're giving advice. Obviously, you give the most prudent advice possible. You know, someone finds $1 on the street and they say, hey, should I report this to the IRS? You're supposed to say yes, although really it's like no one's going to report $1 to the IRS they found at the store. But yeah, the logical advice would be to gear up Jedi Knight Revan right away. But the fun advice, if you're someone like me that's in a good spot, I got my Trey, I got my C-3PO, I got my whatever else in between, Commander Luke Skywalker, Bosk, and Palpatine. You know, I'm in a good spot where I'm still going to compete in Arena. I'm beating Jedi Revan, you know, probably 8 out of 10 times if I had to make a fraction out of it. So I'm not in a dire need for it. Only need is obviously mainly to help my guild out on Territory Wars and Grand Arena. But it will happen eventually. But for me personally, just a history of what I've been looking forward to. This month seems like it might be fine for me to wait a week or two. And hey, if nothing happens that I like, I can gear up Revan and his fellow Jedi on the spot. I have the resources to do it right on the spot.
Yeah. All right.
So,
well, I will concede because I'm a big fan of playing the game for fun.
Yeah.
And not always necessarily taking the most efficient routes. Now, in the last like probably 3-4 months, especially, even more like 6 months, I've really kind of doubled down on my Galaxy of Heroes, and I've been like trying to be as efficient as possible. And so that's definitely my mindset more so now than it used to be. So I can respect that, and I can also appreciate. I quote, Cubs is right. He said it. Don't you forget it. Somebody timestamp me. Thanks for the donations. Alex said 2 of my favorite swugga in the same room. So we are just swugga. And then he says love you. Yeah, we're not YouTubers. We're just swugga. And then Frontier Star, regular donation. I see him all the time. He says, so when do we start crowdfunding Cuds to get the next big thing?
I mean, so you're doing pretty well with the crowdfunding part, aren't you? You got, like, if Darth Revan does happen this month, you saved like a ton of crystals, didn't you, to get whatever's coming out in February?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say is not necessary. Obviously, I didn't ask for Jedi Revan up in the way it did. If you go back and watch it, you know, it's kind of just kind of happened. Actually, you're probably more to blame than anything because you're the one who started dancing.
I'm the one who started dancing. Yeah, it was for a good cause.
Yeah, I definitely do want to get what's next, and so I've actually been stockpiling crystals. I'm over 30,000 crystals saved, and I got a comment in one of my videos. They're like, oh, Cubs, you went from free to play to 30,000 crystals. And while I did go to more pay to play, I will confess, you will never be able to call me a free to play player again. I'm spending on a regular basis. Not crazy, but
right.
I'm probably a dolphin at this point for me.
So I'm curious a little bit because I've never hoarded 30,000. I mean, unless you bought a lot of those crystals to get to 30,000, I've never hoarded. So you didn't. So what are you behind on? You have to be behind on some sort of farming. And like, I can't imagine you keeping up with the ships, keeping up with like the old marquee characters we got to stay on top of. And you know, I'm just actually really curious about that.
So I've actually put it this way. I've been at 3,000 for about a month now. And I've kind of stalled there because there has been a lot going on that I feel like I just need to do. And so I've been spending more crystals lately because I kind of feel like 30,000 is a good range where whatever comes next is not going to cost too much. Because I'll tell you guys right now, I'm comfortable throwing $100 at Darth Revan if he comes. If that's all, and if it's just a vault, I'm comfortable doing that now with my financial situation where I'm at. And with these, I think something that opened my eyes, and you and me have taught this, is when Capital Games took our test accounts away. I was like, man, how am I? What if this happens again? And it could. we didn't get the same test accounts back. We've got some old ones back that are a lot more
I don't even
limited.
use it. It's unusable for me. My roster is much better than whatever is going on in there. So that's
so to me, it's like this is. I want to be able to show all of this is on my channel, so all my viewers, you guys are here. I know some of you come over from Arnold's, and a lot of you are carryover. Or you watch both of us. But for me, I want to be able to cover them fully, and so I have decided I'm more comfortable with doing that, and so that's kind of where I'm at.
I am. I totally understand. Yeah, especially I never was huge on the test accounts before. I mean, they were nice for like when a new character comes out, because obviously it's not on your roster yet. The ones we had before they went through that whole weird phase last year, those were nice because you got something the day before it happens, you record gameplay. That's all I really needed from them. But then once the test accounts are gone completely, it's like, my channel actually has been getting more views ever since we stopped getting test accounts. And it's like, okay, when significant things come going forward, I need to have them in my account so I can make videos on them versus making like only Revan videos I made were in October when we had the old test accounts, and since then I can't make Jedi Knight Revan videos because if you didn't get them during that 1 week period, you can't do anything about it.
Right.
So I get
and I think it's important. I've told people before, I really do not want to be reliant on a test account. That said, so for me, I've kind of got my content in a place where I manage just fine without a test account. The only one thing that's always going to be an exception to that is I love running tournaments on my channel. It's become a big part of my content. I know my viewers love it. We got the World Cup going on right now, which I think is really fun. And that obviously isn't possible without the test accounts. And so I hope they stay for at least that. But other than that, especially when I'm testing new team compositions, in my opinion, it's just so much better. Instead of me testing it on a test account, I feel like it's better to get organic footage either from you guys, community, show what's actually happening, or to get the character myself. I feel like that is more valuable footage than a test account because the test account is kind of just a la la land, in my opinion. Quick donation shout outs. Snake Neely, thanks for the donation. One of my patrons. Also, love and enjoy watching you guys. Love you guys. You guys are the best. I met Snake. He's a great guy. He's a BYU fan. Go Cougs. And Deadpool Kyle. I think he patrons both of us.
He is Deadpool Kyle.
Yep.
Nice to see you over him, Deadpool Kyle. So that's that story. I don't know what the point we were getting at on it. I mean, the whole point of this show is that something's coming in February. Everything's building up one way or another. February's always been a pretty big month.
In regards to these leaks, do you think that it's legit or no?
So I made a video talking about this, and I said, all right, we got to just kind of take this with a grain of salt. Although I'm hearing that this is coming from the same source as this screenshot right here. Let me flip over here. So this screenshot, at first, when I heard about it, I basically blew it off. It's like, it's because there was that one period in Galaxy where everyone claimed that, oh, I know someone. This is gonna happen. This is like there was that huge.
Everybody knew a dev.
Everyone knew. I hear things, and like they were never true. This one I thought the same
Fake
thing.
News.
It's like, this isn't gonna happen. Then all of a sudden, this list became more accurate over time. The Chewbacca, IG 2000, and it got really specific. Like, who the heck thinks? Oh yeah, B-28 bombers coming out. Like Grievous, anyone can say Grievous Rework can happen every single month. People can claim, but B-28 bomber is such a minute, specific thing. And then kind of going forward, the Falcon came around. Then only like one or two things didn't happen on this list. So from what I'm hearing, if that's true, is that this screenshot right here, I don't know if Red Turk, I think he might have just been someone who screenshotted this. Not sure if they have any association with it, but apparently this right here is coming from a similar source that did this whole thing. So assuming that's the case, that this screenshot does have some weight to it, the one that we saw last year. If that's the case, man, it's going to be a crazy month. I mean, I was already predicting that something KOTOR was going to happen because when we have the whole Old Republic stuff that we're chasing now, we're following the same type of schedule that Jedi Knight Revan went on. We had these characters like Bastila. We got her, and then what was it, 2 months-ish later? Yeah, July, then August, September, she became free to play. And then the other crew, they became free to play like a week or two later. And then Revan showed up like 2 weeks later after that. So I think we're heading down the same schedule with the Dark Side Bastila and whatnot. We're all chasing her right now. I'm if it's Darth, Revan, or something, I'm not gonna have Bastila in time if the predictions are right that he would be coming towards the end of the month. It's just the hard nodes are they're
I'm
killer.
blitzing her as fast as I can. I finally got her to
Candor's is doing great.
5 stars.
Candor's is doing great for me. He's gonna be he'll be at 7 stars before the end of February, I think.
Nice.
So I think
quick shout out to James Freeman. Thanks for the $2 donation. He says he wants me to shout out Resmi Harden.
Resmi Harden.
So
shout
we
out.
love you, Resmi. Resmi, how you say that? So that first screenshot. Here's what caught my eye that when that happened. Because to me, I feel the same way. It's like somebody says Grievous Rework is coming, the OT Falcon's coming, Darth Revan's coming. I'm like, okay, anybody could say that. That's so easy to just say.
Of course.
That's gonna come. But when I saw IG 2000 come true, that's when I was like, all right, that to me feels like a legit leak.
Who the heck calls that?
Who's going to call IG 2000?
Yeah.
Who's going to call that? And so if this is from the same source, this leak to me is kind of like, okay, anybody can call Grievous Rework.
Of course,
anybody can call Darth Revan.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make that much of an eye, but if it's coming from the same source, I'm inclined to believe it's legit. The main thing that makes me hesitant is that's a lot for February.
Well,
do you think that, if they're going to rework Grievous, they're going to do it justice. He's going to be meta, in my opinion.
Oh, I'm worried about
Are
this.
we going to undermine the Revan, the Grievous meta with Darth Revan that fast? Because Revan's going to trump Grievous if he comes right away.
That's what I'm worried about. By the way, I just had to say this. Someone in the chat, McTasty Teabag, they said, please shout out my wife, Whitney. So shout out to their wife, Whitney. I don't know why. I just felt like doing it. So, so going back, man. So, I don't actually
Whitney.
agree that February. Yeah, hey, Whitney. I don't agree that February.
Everybody wave to Whitney in the chat.
Whitney. F for Whitney. I actually don't agree.
Yeah, everyone press W for Whitney. How about W instead of F?
W. There we go. Drop a W for Whitney. So I actually don't think that if this screenshot is true, I don't think February is too crowded of stuff. Last year we had the Palpatine rework, then we had the Vader rework, and then we had the Nihilus rework, and then we had the Sith Trooper rework, and then we had I think that was it in terms of these guys, but then we had the Sith raid, and then we had of course Our Lady of Darth Traya. So
Our Lady.
That was a huge month in my opinion.
The Lady of the Lake.
And I might be forgetting things on top of that. So if this is true, with the droids getting a rework, the Grievous rework, this is at least coming from me. I think out of a lot of the reworks we've been hoping for, I think Grievous is definitely up there. It's probably the most requested, the most desired. Capital Games made a statement somewhere that they know this is like highly anticipated. And if they're really going to overshadow this with Darth Revan 1 or 2 weeks afterwards, because there's no way they're going to let Darth Revan be trumped by Grievous. There's just no way that's going to happen. Although I want it to be the case, I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe Grievous will be helpful for kind of mitigating the Jedi in Arena, and then maybe we'll have Darth Revan kind of cleaning up. That's one reason why I'm scared about gearing up Jedi Knight Revan for Arena. It's like you have a Jedi killer and Darth Revan, like 2 anti-Jedi things in 1 month. That doesn't spell much good for the current Jedi that we have. So I don't know. It's a lot to take in.
That's another part of it is I feel like it would be a little too soon to just completely destroy Jedi Revan. To me, I can respect his meta is going to be coming to an end soon, where he is the guy to have in your team. But I would be surprised if he's just completely useless. He's got to at least be usable for a while. So
who
if
knows?
we're gonna usher out that meta with Grievous and then Darth Revan, it's like, holy crap, what's? I don't know. It feels like too much, but it also makes sense though in a lot of ways, because we know L337 is the login character, so
the champion of droids. That's what she resembles.
And then we've got 4 marquee characters that I feel like there's no way that CG isn't going to try to create a panic farm with, and so
it's gonna
make sense.
It's gonna be one of the craziest months for this game. I think if this screenshot is true, it's gonna be crazy if Darth Revan's the only thing being released. But if it's droid reworks, HK-47 reworked, and Grievous rework, and all that, and then Darth Revan coming, it's gonna be a huge month. This is a pinnacle month for the game, and again, just coming back to Grievous, I'm hoping See, here's what I'm wondering. If with General Grievous, they're going to rework him, let's say, and I don't know. I'm worried he's going to be like a back wall Grand Arena team or something like that because, I mean, yeah, luckily a couple of the droids captured a Separatist tag like B2 Battle Droid, the IG-100 Magna Guard. That's really the extent of the Separatists in here. And they did say way back when that they'll rework the Separatists when Grievous gets a rework. That doesn't necessarily mean they'll be done concurrently. So maybe they'll just rework Grievous, kind of like how Palpatine and Vader got the rework. It was like, oh, they're better, but the meta team wasn't fully recognized until they started releasing Scion, the Nihilist rework, then Traya. It could be like that for Grievous. Maybe they'll just rework the droids to get him going. Just get something going for them, and then they'll release the Droideka and B1 battle droids, maybe other type of Separatist leaders in here. Yeah, so, I mean...
that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, I love that. I'm pretty sure they did a survey one time, and then in that survey, it's like, oh, which of these characters would you like to see in the game? And Droideka was like one of the options. This was like a survey way back when that they did. So, I'm very concerned. I'm just hoping, whatever it is, Grievous doesn't get absolutely destroyed. Like, I don't really care that much about the raids. Like, fine, he might be some raid-killing person, but I just want him to be, like, good in arena, just, like, for once. Yeah. And Darth, Revan, and Grievous together, it seems like someone's going to steal the show from the other. So that's kind of my take on it.
Quick shout-out to James Freeman. He wants me to shout-out Fish and Cheeks, who is his brother. So, hi, Fish and lots of shout-outs today. And then Jacob Yangnam, congrats again to Arnold. Not sure if it has been brought up, but I would really like to see inter-guild rankings. I would think they will do a guild arena. I'm not sure about that one. I think I'm pretty content with Grand Arena.
I feel like a guild arena might just cost too much. Sorry, go for it. What were you saying?
Yeah, well, there'd be a lot of collusion, I think.
Besides that, I think there'd be
into a rotation.
It could be bad blood in the guild, you know. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that promotes what guilds are supposed to work together.
Yeah, I don't think I see that happening. So, but I wanted to say in reference to Grievous, I get that you'd be disappointed if he wasn't arena meta necessarily. And Darth came and kind of rained on your parade. But that said, I just want to bring up my favorite new team that I have that's almost done farming is my bounty hunter team.
I 100% agree.
And this team has never been arena viable. Nobody has ever ran successfully on for longer than a few days at number 1 Bosk lead that I've ever seen. Maybe there's probably somebody somewhere now that I've said that.
Yeah.
But I have not seen it. But this team is so good on defense for territory wars.
Oh, dude, he clutches so much on Grand Arena. Yeah, he clutched one of my Grand Arenas. Like, they couldn't get past him. They did like 3-4 battles, and they're like, can't get past the dude. So, yeah.
Yeah, and so, to me, I mean, would you, if Grievous ended up being like that, just an amazing defensive team for your Grand Arena, would you at least be somewhat pleased?
I want Jedi Revan defense.
Arena meta or nothing?
I want Jedi Revan defense because Bosk isn't undefeatable. He just kind of cleans out those B+ and lower teams. I mean, if you take Jedi Training Ray, it's a cake. It's a cakewalk. With the Jedi Training Ray. Jedi Training Ray is not really a top 5 team anymore. I mean, so I'm being very selfish right now.
Or do you think Grievous deserves Revan caliber though?
I think Palpatine caliber. I think kind of close to Palpatine caliber. I mean, I was
Emperor of the Galactic Republic,
leader of the droid army. I don't know.
I mean, I know it's a big meme. We've made it a big deal in the community. Let me correct myself. You've made it a big deal.
I made it a big deal. As I said, I'm very selfish. I'm very selfish.
I want to take a survey. Who cares about the Grievous rework? That's question 1. And then who cares about it because of you?
Yeah, you gotta do a survey. I've definitely blown it out of proportion at this point. I don't know.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm very selfish. I'm not an unbiased person to talk about this matter at hand. I definitely want Grievous to be as good as possible, but I do have a feeling that they might just make him a bounty hunter type of team, which isn't horrible, but you know, like Jango Fett, my God, $300 character, whatever I spent, and he just sits in the back wall of Grand Arena. It's like, wow, what a great use of this character. He was arena viable for 1 week, then Chewbacca came, Jedi Knight Revan came, and he was gone. And I don't want to see that happen to Grievous.
Jango's really good though.
He's not a
I'm
bad
farming
character.
him right now. He's on my farm list right now.
No, yeah,
And look, I'm getting a lot of people who say it's literally but just because of you. In
probably,
the chat.
probably.
So I think it'll be interesting because I legitimately feel like you know, we campaign for things to happen in this game, and every once in a while I look at something, I'm like, you know what? I think that the content creators of this game kind of got that push to happen. If Grievous gets reworked and it's good, I'm gonna give you credit because I really feel like this would not be nearly as requested if it weren't for you, and so that would be pretty impressive. That would be pretty impressive. I'd take my hat off.
We'll see. It would be a big moment. So I don't know. Just gotta kind of set on standby.
You're
What's
gonna
up?
cry. You're gonna cry when it
I'm
happens.
gonna cry.
You're gonna
when the
cry
rework comes, I'm just gonna cry. I remember when we last year when we like what was it, February? I was at my buddy's house on the weekend and I got the email.
Yeah.
Like usually we get an email the day or two before something happens. And I saw the Palpatine rework email. I was like jumping for joy. I was like, hell yeah! My buddy had no idea what I was all excited about. I'm hoping to see the same reaction.
That's funny because I remember when I got the email about the Palpatine Vader rework, and I was over at a friend's house with my wife.
Yeah.
And I got really excited about it too. And they're like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, you guys wouldn't care."
You don't understand. You don't understand. It's
technically I'm not allowed to tell you, not that you care.
Right.
But
So
Hashtag. We got a hashtag make Arnold cry.
Make Arnold cry.
This is my new goal. When Grievous gets reworked, I want to see real man tears. I want to see real man tears
zoom in.
come out of your.
I got my little thing right here, so I'll zoom in on my eyes. Oh, we gotta zoom in.
Oh man, that'd be
good. Gotta get the tears right there. I miss doing this. The mobile gamer, man. I miss him. Why isn't he here? Oh, there we go. So I'll make sure you guys see every definition of my eye in 4K. All right, I promise you that.
Hashtag make Arnold cry. Everyone's jumping on the hashtag. This is our new hashtag.
Make Arnold cry. Not that hard. I mean, yeah, we'll see. I don't want to. We can talk about Grievous for the next month straight. For now, it's just speculation. It's just speculation, and we have no idea if it's going to happen or not.
Everything's speculation.
I
kind of hope it happens, to be honest, because first of all, I want you and your subs to get what you deserve, and then also if it happens next week, it's the perfect time for it to happen because. Who's going to want to watch anyone but AhnaldT101 when Grievous gets reworked? Like, literally, I'm going to post a video. It's going to get 2 views, and you'll get everything else. And I'm going to be in Florida next week. So do it while I'm in Florida.
Just do it when you're in Florida. Yeah. Oh, man.
Let's do it.
So if I had to make a guess, I think whatever the case may be, even if that screenshot's not true, something is going to happen probably by February 7th. I have a screenshot here, I think, of, like, the calendar that here we go. Let me pull that up on the screen real quick. So this is the calendar for February. And as you see, we have Jedi Knight Revan between the 31st and the 6th. And then apparently people on Reddit were saying, oh, well, 14th to the 21st is like completely open. And then, so there might be some, I meant the 14th. So probably by February 14th or so, we might see something. There's a huge gap in there from this calendar. So that's what the people of Reddit are saying. I kind of agree. Usually there's always some sort of legendary kind of connecting to one another. So, so I don't know if that'll be Grievous at the 14th. I mean, that screenshot that we saw said something. He would come allegedly from the 7th to the 14th, and then the 14th going on might be another legendary. So legendary Malik or journey event for Darth Revan. So if we do find out something, it probably would be, probably that first week we might hear about something. Because usually if a new character comes out, we gotta have
a road ahead. I'll bet you road ahead. They'll tease. Somehow we'll know what.
Well, we'll see. The road ahead didn't come for Revan until after the Revan event, so hopefully it doesn't happen. You know.
Well, I think that was a special case. I feel like they.
Yeah, I think that was a special case. Yeah.
Hopefully on top of it this time. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So there is one other thing. I know we're kind of talking a lot about that screenshot, but there is another theory to maybe keep in mind here that might be. I don't see this one happening, but regarding L337, obviously. Her biggest ties is being the champion of droids, freeing the droids, you know, removing the shackles off them. So that leads us to HK-47. We haven't talked much about him, but there's a lot of comments saying today that, hey, it might be just new solo characters like Mud Trooper, Beckett, Dryden, Voss. I know we made a video saying that'd be awesome if they added that this year. You think February has that in store for more solo characters?
No.
Yeah. No.
Do they sell?
They don't sell,
no.
Yeah.
Now here's what I do. And James Freeman, thanks for the $2 donation. He said he's throwing shade on you. He says you're the best player, but I'm the funniest.
I don't even think I'm the best player, so that's a compliment. I don't even think I can accept that compliment.
I can't accept it. I definitely can't. I mean, I think sometimes, people see our attack strategy in Grand Arena and they, I can't believe you do it the way I do.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I'm just an average guy. I am not a attack strategy genius.
You're not a legendary strategist. You're no Thrawn.
No, I know the game. Well, I've been playing the game for 3 years, and I've been posting all my gameplay on YouTube for everyone to yell at me for. So I think I'm better than the average person, hopefully. But
wow,
yeah, it's just not.
I just conceded much.
But anyway, with the solo characters, what does make sense to me is giving a need to farm those solo characters that we've got right now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people haven't farmed young Lando, for example. Like, I mean, I think L337 pretty decently farmed. Young Han probably decently farmed. Kira too. So maybe not. But especially
really,
young Lando.
It's mostly.
I think it would make sense. But to me, like, who's dying to have any of those characters? I would really like to see Dryden Voss, but I just don't feel like it packs a big enough punch for them to make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm farming Lando mainly because I was originally thinking, all right, if the Millennium Falcon does come out, maybe there's that one theory that you'll need like all the Falcons in the game to kind of go through some sort of like saga.
That one.
So that's the only reason why I was farming it. So I'm still finishing off. Obviously, we don't need the Lando's Millennium Falcon for anything, but I'm already almost done. And there is that chance that eventually they could bring back some more solo characters, maybe. Because there was talk about them releasing a second solo movie, right?
Is there talk of that? Because I would really like to see what's
I think
going on.
I think their plan was to do
Maul.
a solo sequel or something like that. I don't remember. Maybe the chat can kind of clarify it. But yeah, really,
More Kira.
The game follows where the money is, and I think the reason why they didn't release more characters from the solo movie, even though they easily could have, was just maybe the movie wasn't doing well, and if the movie doesn't do well, you're not having fans that are passionate about the movie, and you don't make the money off of it. Versus KOTOR, you have obviously a lot of passionate people for it, money involved. Prequels have a lot of passion behind it. We saw Django. People were really hyped about Django. I didn't really see much hype, but, oh, young Lando's coming to the game!
Right.
Yeah, so I don't. So there is that theory that they could release more solo characters. I mean, I'd like Mud Trooper. That's really the only thing I'd really like, and then maybe Beckett, Dryden Voss. But other than that, I don't know if that theory is gonna pan out. I definitely, at least, I want the droid theory to come to be true because we already talked about the reworks. But then the HK-47 I think is gonna be important for this month.
Right.
But what we already saw is rework stance, and I still find it weird that they reworked his stance but didn't do anything else with him. And it kind of reminds me of how when they did all these bounty hunter reworks, Zam was like the only one not reworked. And we're like, what the heck?
Yep.
What about Zam? And then Zam was kind of the little teaser that we're not quite done yet. And then once you got reworked, Jango Fett came into the game because Jango and Zam had a thing going on. So that could be the case of HK-47, that they're like, all right, we'll leave a little teaser. We'll rework HK, get people excited, and leave you hanging wondering, all right, what's next? And that could be the connection with the droid rework HK-47. And then HK-47 obviously has ties to the big DR, Darth Revan. So, and if that screenshot's true that I showed earlier with what's it's called, Revan, HK-47 allegedly would be needed to get Darth Revan, which makes sense to me. So I think HK-47, I'm definitely leaning more towards a droid rework. It just seems like it fits more into that KOTOR theme, and then all the other droid reworks are kind of a side thought going on. What do you think about that?
Well, I think a droid rework makes a lot of sense, especially because L3 is the logging character.
Right.
And we've been, that one leak from last year that seemed pretty legit, especially because, like I said, it had IG-2000. Like, who's going to call that? It had Grievous on. And so, to me, what makes sense is things change. And it's pretty well documented that things change pretty fast at CG. In fact, you can go on and read Glassdoor reviews about working at CG. And one of the common critiques I see is that things change too fast. And so, to me, it's like, all right, Grievous, that was probably legit. I'm guessing that was legit and it just changed.
Yeah.
And so if it changed and it was legit, then it's probably coming soon. We've got L337 as a logging character. If we're going to do stuff with droids, how are we going to leave Grievous out of it at that point? Like, can you imagine how that would go over if we rework droids and we don't rework Grievous and all? So I think we're going to have a droid faction pass and Grievous. What I'm more hesitant on is if it's going to be Revan at the end of the month, but a lot of stars point to that too. which circles us back to it's just is February really going to be that big?
I don't know.
If so, then hold on to your butts, my friends.
It's gonna be one of the most ambitious months. Most ambitious months. So, yeah. So I think, we definitely beat the crap out of this topic of what's to come in February. Again, we're not even in February yet. It's 2 days away here. So once February gets here, man, I know we have unless they do something last second. There's no trips planned out like last February. We had a trip planned out to Capital Games.
We need a trip.
Yeah, we haven't done a Capital Games trip in a year since the Sith
EA
raid.
Play, but that kind of doesn't count.
That Galaxy of Heroes didn't invite us out there because they didn't have anything going on at EA Play. It was Command and Conquer, I think, that really they wanted us to come check out their new mobile game or whatever. Other than that, Galaxy of Heroes had no part in EA Play. I don't know if they're going to do EA Play this year. So we haven't done a Galaxy Heroes trip in a long time. Those are fun. So I'm a bit bummed that we're not seeing anything for February. If this month is going to be as exciting as it is, would have been cool to fly out to Sacramento to the studio to see all this stuff in person and test it out. But if there was a trip, they usually planned it out like in December or January. Let's just go.
Let's just book a flight. Let's just show up.
I bet if we did, I bet. I should text them.
We could.
I'll be like, hey, can I just fly out to you guys on my own dime? I am going to do that. Are you you're going to Florida though, right?
Well, yeah, right now. I am.
Man, I was gonna say I would actually seriously text them, be like, yo, if I bought my own ticket, to go to Sacramento, my own flight, my own hotel, can you let me come into the studio and maybe check out whatever you guys got cooking? I would do that.
I would do that with you not this week, but I would do it with you too.
We'll message them because when do you go to Florida?
Okay. Capital Games, they watch our show.
Yeah, they watch our show.
Listen to us right now. Our invitation. We come to you. Arnold pays for the hotel, and I'll bum with him.
Yeah. There we go. I'll just Mobile Gamer will come to all just share one bed together, keep each other warm, right?
No, I'll let you and Mobile share the bed. You guys got the brum going on.
There we go. There we go.
I'm not into that. Whatever you.
All right, so we'll talk more about this after the show. I'm actually that was just a random thought on the spot, and I think I could totally.
I would legit. I'm being 100% real right now. I would legit be down.
Yeah, I mean, what does it cost them? I mean, the only reason why they probably didn't want to plan a trip is that maybe they just didn't feel like flipping the bill for 20 people to come out to Sacramento.
Maybe.
That could be what it was.
Hey, really? Okay, Capital Games, you tell me right now, are you really going to turn us away if we're knocking at your door? Are you going to turn us away?
There was a time when Warrior and I came too early to Sacramento, and we went to the building, and I don't think this is early on when we kind of are early on YouTube and we weren't really that recognized, and like there's people walking by the door and they like peek their head out and they would hide away. No one answered the door, and I was like, oh, that's awkward. they might still do that. It's like, oh crap, not this guy.
I think it's safe to say most of them know who we are now.
Yeah. We'll message them.
We'll just, you know what we'll do? We'll show up and we'll have like words written on cards. We love you. And then another card. Please let us in. We'll make videos.
Oh, just make a video in front of the building.
We'll say nice things about your game.
Yeah, there we go. So we'll work on that. I think that'd be cool to do that. So total side thought right there. I lost our train of thought. What we were gonna talk about.
Well, here's some things that we still need to discuss. Well, you know what we need to get to right now. Right meow. We need to get to the meme of
pick me up right
now. Meme of the week. And we got several memes, and this meme is dedicated to all of you in the middle of the United States.
Yeah.
Where I'm at. I am still walking outside in shorts and a t-shirt right now.
Oh, I mean, I could too if I want. I just might freeze a little bit. So for context, Chicago, Chi City, Chi-Town, Chirac, we're going to have our record low cold tomorrow. And this is the reason why Mobile Gamer left. He was just sick of the cold. He finally just said, I'm done with this. And he went back to California. So the cold made him crazy. So tomorrow, actually, a lot of buildings are closed. My school said, hey, we're canceling class tomorrow. Because with wind chill, it's supposed to be like -50 tomorrow. Colder than Antarctica.
Gosh.
Colder than Antarctica in freaking Chicago.
Why are you living there? This is a savage environment.
I mean, I'm going to graduate soon. May is when I graduate. I take the bar in July.
And then you're going to come live in Arizona.
Dude, I want to move somewhere else. Only reason why I'm out here is that my parents and my siblings are out here. Only reason why I'm in Illinois still. But I don't plan on being here forever. But so with it being so cold, a lot of memes have been circling around because I basically am living in Hoth right now. We got this right here, Han Solo on Lake Michigan right here. And then let's see what else do we got here. I also have a bunch. There's like a bunch of these flying around right now. Then we got the Hoth Rebel base in front of Chicago right here. Oh God, these mashups are like flawlessly good. Like they're so perfect. They're so perfect. And then we have this one right here. This one's really good too. So that's your meme of the week for all the people. I'm not sure if it's this cold like in Minnesota and Wisconsin. I'm not sure if it's just more of a Chicago thing that's happening. I figure they're in a similar boat. But yeah, it feels like I'm living in Hoth. The air hurts your face. Who wants to live somewhere where the air hurts your face?
Hey, SB
man.
Crumb is in the chat.
Is he in the chat?
He's in the
Where
chat.
is he? Where is he?
I'm telling him right now. Let us come to CG.
Where is he? Let everyone spam Crumb.
He's SB Crumb. Everybody
SB.
say let Cubs and Arnold in the door.
Oh, everyone, SB Crumb. I'm gonna tag him right now. Yo, hit me
I can ban
up.
you on the forums to prove it if you want.
We wanna visit in Feb. I mean, I don't know why I'm texting this because he can hear me right now, but I'm just gonna do that. So everyone, just tag him up. He's probably never gonna come on a live stream again after this. We want to come out in February, either on our own dime. If you guys want to pay, that's really nice too, because I have all these expenses right now. But I will pay to come out in February to see what's cooking. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wisconsin's got -60 wind chill. Oh God. Geez,
Let's
bless
just
you.
say it's a lot more likely that I make it if it's on CG's dime.
Yeah,
with the,
probably. Because it's
the wife.
Oh,
I can justify any cost by myself.
there you go. Right there you go. Oh man. So we'll see. We're gonna. We'll pester them afterwards because I just think that
we'll have to make a meme with the Martian where it just says bring him home.
Yeah.
We'll just have to have it say bring them home and have our faces back there in like the CG office. We need to start a whole campaign for this.
Oh,
a year is too long.
A year is too long. Come on, it's been too long. Way too long. In February, this is like a big month. This is a huge month. There's got to be something you guys want us to hype up. Something.
Big month.
There we go. So SB Crumb probably got the message right now. I will reach out to someone afterwards. I got a couple contacts. I can maybe just reach out and say, hey, can we maybe do something? I think we got to go out there to see what's cooking, I think. It's a big month. And last year, the Sith thing was super hyped. The February was one of my highest viewed months ever because people are really hyped about the content.
The Sith month was amazing.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not a Sith guy, I loved it. And do you remember walking into that room and it was just shrouded in red?
Oh,
they had
yes.
all these red lights.
Yes,
and it was just like,
find the
oh
picture.
man, I got chills. Oh, that was such a good time.
Yeah, that was
Good
so
time for this
that
game.
I took a picture and posted on my Twitter. Let's see if I can find it real quick. But it turned into a meme because I took a picture because it was we had the little projector, right, and it was blank at the time, and then people like started like putting things on there because like you can easily Photoshop it. Like I did one of Darth Jar Jar. Man, I gotta go back a year on Twitter to find it, but I'll see if I can find it as we talk. But yeah, that was really cool. Like when you walk in that room, you knew something was going down. Something was going down.
Hey, real quick, Crumb just confirmed something, I think.
Whoa, what?
Interesting.
Where you see this?
Subtle, but he said he's in the middle of a puzzle
Oh,
while
God.
watching the stream.
Oh.
And Crumb saying now, Crumb of all people saying he's in the middle of a puzzle.
Is this really Crumb or is this just a knockoff Crumb that's pretending to be him?
I think it's him.
Oh,
I think it's him. He said he'd ban us on the forums to prove it.
No kidding.
And then he says, at CubsFanHan have our. I'm not sure what he means by that.
Interesting. So if he's working on I'm not sure what stage he's in, but we might be seeing something right at. Oh man, that could be coming soon if he's working on something. Ooh.
I'm not sure if it's him. I'm not sure if it's. We'll
yeah, I
chat
can't
later,
confirm.
have fun.
Yeah, that sounds like it might be
he probably
Crumb.
wants us to stream. Crumb, message me on Discord. Tag me on Discord. I know who you are in Discord.
I know you
Prove
are in
it.
Discord. Just prove it.
Prove it.
So yeah, we'll have to see. So that might be Crumb. It sounds like the way he speaks. He has the CG edit.
I'll
He's
tell you
polite.
guys if he tags me back on Discord.
All right.
He says he's banning both of us from the forums.
Oh God, there we go.
Oh, he's typing back on Discord. This is a better way. Don't ban me on the forums.
No way. Is he really typing on Discord? Oh man. All right.
Yeah, it's him. He says he's gonna ban me. Okay,
wow.
that's
okay. All right. So Capital Games is in the chat. Capital Games is in our chat right now.
Hey, Alex Gomez in the chat donates $20, and this is to buy Crumb some In-N-Out. So Crumb, there you go. If you bring us out to EA,
we got
to
lunch.
Capital Games,
We got lunch.
we got lunch on Alex Gomez, and In-N-Out is a fantastic place to go.
Oh
In
yeah.
fact, I have done 2 Spartan races recently. Beast, which is about 14 miles, and a Super, which was the one I went on, was about 9 miles. And my first meal after both of them
Wow, look
How
at
about
you.
that? How about them apples?
Yeah,
that's how much I love In-N-Out.
In-N-Out's pretty tight. I definitely liked In-N-Out. That was an awesome. I'm still trying to find that stupid picture, man. I'm determined. I'm in March right now. We're almost there. I'm gonna find this. Oh wait. Oh, okay. I see my plane picture. All right. Let me just pull this over here. We can look at this together as a family. All right. Oh no.
As a family.
Oh no. Twitter. Oh, okay.
By the way,
oh, here we go.
While you're looking, okay, found it.
There we go. Right here. Oh, look at that. We got the room right there. Plated lunch, and then in the Fowler room, and then over here the notorious. This was a fun. When you walk in this room, something was going down. We had the Sith lights going on. I need another event. I need another event.
And these things, I mean, they're really fun for us, but the community really gets behind this stuff too.
People are hyping it on Reddit and then Twitter, and people are like, when are they gonna post something? Because like if they send us out the Capital Games on their own dime, I mean, yeah, we can go ourselves anytime, but if they want us to come out there, that's usually something pretty significant because they've never invited us out for something minute. I mean, I was out for a ship's reveal. I was out there for General Kenobi reveal. So a bunch of big things. Yeah, they wouldn't release come out for anything stupid. So if we go out there, it means something serious is going down. So that's why.
By the way, I forgot to tell you this. So after my Spartan race on Saturday in California, the In-N-Out that I went to eat at is the very In-N-Out that you, me, Warrior, Gamer went to with EA Jesse.
Oh yeah,
remember?
That's awesome. That was in
down in Hollywood.
Yeah. That was.
It was just because we actually drove out. We went to go see a UCLA basketball game in the Poly Pavilion.
Yeah.
And they were playing Arizona that night, and we ended up driving right by. That was the most logical In-N-Out to go to. I was like, hey, that's the same one I went to with Mobile Gamer and Arnold.
Oh man, good vibes, good vibes. Well, we kind of hijacked our conversation there.
James Freeman, quick donation. Sorry, he said, Cubs, you're killing me missing my messages. I'm not.
You're missing a lot of donations out.
There's a lot of messages.
If you want to go to California, you got to make sure you read these donations so they can fly you out.
I did miss one. TC Crunchy Cookie, $4 towards us going to Capital Games.
There we go. Look at that.
We'll start a GoFundMe. Send us to Capital Games.
There we go. GoFundMe to go to Capital Games. I mean, that would easily be a $500 round trip, I would think, if we had to go out there. Something like that.
If we did that, I think that we'd raise the money. But I kind of feel bad because that's like
no. I mean, I'd pay for it on my own dime. I mean, business expense. So
Crumb says he can only speak in ciphers.
He only can. Jeez, all these puzzles. What the heck are they supposed to mean, Crumb? What are they supposed to mean, Crumb?
This is part of the puzzle. People are probably gonna have to come back to my.
What? He teased the puzzle, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh boy.
Whatever puzzle he's making, people are probably gonna have to come back to this live stream, and it's gonna be like comments in the live stream that spell out whatever it is.
Oh man.
And, by the way, Crumb, I'm okay with that because that means views for me, so that's a good idea. You can take it. I'll let you take it.
There you go. Oh man. All right.
Force everybody on Reddit to come watch YouTube videos.
Oh gee, yeah. Oh yeah. They would love that.
They'll be so angry.
They'd love that. They'd love that. Oh geez. I always like with Reddit. You either gotta have no commentary or you have to have your volume on like -80 decibels because if you're like anywhere hearable, they're like, why are they yelling? It's like, dude, just turn down.
I always ask people, I'm like, you have a volume control.
Well, yeah, here's the technical thing. You're supposed to have your audio between -6 and -12 because you can make your speakers softer, but you can't make them much louder than their maximum capacity. So it's better to be a little loud than so you can maybe knock it down a few picks. Totally side note, nothing relevant to this conversation. Anyways, let's try to.
Thanks, Ryan, for the donation.
Steer this back on track.
Arnold, tell them I called the GG rework.
Who is that, Ryan?
Bless your heart, Ryan. You and everyone else.
1/4 portion for lunch for Crumb from is that Jamie? Jamie Chavez. We said, look, man. Crumb, we got you lunch, we got you dinner, man. Just let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen. Come on.
James Freeman with the donation. Should we miss it? Should we just not read it?
Right, James Freeman.
He's the one who called for not reading it.
Let me look at
actually, I do remember missing this one. My bad, James. Dante is the best guild leader ever. House of Jade. There we go. Jade.
All right. There you go. So, all right. So, I mean, the only things I see on our list we haven't talked about. I know you're a bit short on time here. I don't know if you could stay much longer, but we do
I've got a
have.
little bit.
All right. So we could still talk about Grand Arena and Millennium Falcon. Those are pretty much the two things we haven't talked about yet. you want to talk about both? Would you rather talk about one or the other?
Let's talk about the Falcon so we can do it fast because our views are going to start going like this as soon as we start talking.
Yeah,
who cares?
Ships has a horrible effect on YouTube. It's just like across the board. No matter if like, there's ways to make videos. Either it's super detailed, super analytical, super factual. Then you have the fun ship videos. No matter what type of video you do, ships just don't get views on YouTube. I mean, I made a video saying why I think ships is the worst game mode, and of course, the survey I did was it's not a survey reflective of the entire game necessarily, but reflective of the YouTube viewer base, or even more specifically, my viewer base. And like 65% said they hated ships, 30% said they like ships or whatever.
Right.
And it's just, there's this, Millennium Falcon is a great ship. It's an amazing ship if you care about it. The problem is, if you don't have the Rebels, it's really not that good. It requires an Akbar capital ship. It requires all these ships. I I listed things about. We're supposed to talk about the Millennium Falcon. Now we're ranting about ships. But one of the problems.
How can we not?
Yeah,
we got to.
I listed several things on why I think ships is bad, but another one people brought up that I totally agree with. I think one of the downside of ships is that they force you to gear up characters that you don't like. Like, why would you want to gear up Biston and the Scarab Rebel Pathfinder? Yeah, they're like C-grade characters, but I think really one way to get people to stay engaged is not have ships tied to having characters geared up. That's the comment I saw. Do you kind of agree with that? What do you think?
I completely, wholeheartedly agree with you. Let me get these donations out of the way. James Freeman says, thanks for $2. Thank you. You're Piggy Poo says, I've got a riddle for you for $2. Okay. And then Ninja Mystery says, what if Crumb made a puzzle out of all the Game Changer videos? Do it! All of mine.
There you go.
Anyway, I think he's dropping clues in the chat.
Probably.
And, you guys can enjoy that.
Okay, people are saying stop. He left a clue. Where is this clue?
The clue I read was, he said the bees have left the hive and the handkerchief is blue.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. What the hell is that supposed to be?
You guys run off to Reddit and figure that out.
You guys, someone copy pasted, put it to Reddit. I can't think. I can't think of deciphering.
Screenshot it, post it on Reddit. I will upvote.
Is it on Reddit already? If someone can, you won't be able to post links in here.
Probably. Paul with a donation for $5.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll copy paste that, Paul.
I have
the
no
bees
idea
have left the hive, and the handkerchief is blue. So there we go. We got our first hint in the cup show.
I'm gonna give you a $10 bet that is just literally nothing.
It could just be nothing. It could just be him. You know what?
Obviously, hive is Grievous. Grievous.
Hive is
handkerchief,
Grievous.
Darth Revan, because everyone's gonna cry. Or no, handkerchief refers to you crying about the Grievous rework. Grievous rework confirmed.
There we go.
You heard it here first on the
We're done. We're done, everyone. Grievous confirmed, everyone. No, not yet, but
And then he said, "Wow, thanks, guys," with WOW. The two W's capitalized and the O lowercase. Does it mean anything?
World of Warcraft.
You know what Crumb's doing is he's just sitting there. He's like,
he could be messing. He's probably like spamming random things.
The cup show. Literally just bomb everything they're talking about.
Oh, see, Hive. Yeah, I mean, someone. Oh my God, yeah, everyone's already starting to speculate what it's like. People are like, "Oh, Hive means Geonosians." I mean, I thought about that too, but I don't think Separatists are happening this month.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh boy. Oh jeez, Crumb, man.
Hey, wait, hold up. This is interesting though, because handkerchief, coughing, Grievous.
I mean, I don't cough with a handkerchief, but maybe.
Crumb, if you're gonna, I'm gonna do a solid for you right now, Arnold. Crumb, if you're about to confirm Grievous on our stream,
can you cough?
Don't do it, because we gotta confirm that on Arnold's.
There you go. Right. Oh man, Crumb, man. Does he have is there like a degree in college that like majors in like puzzle making or something like that? Like, how does he go in this step?
It can't just be him. It's got to be like everyone.
There's got to be a team behind him because he's the community manager. So maybe he works with a bunch of people, but still, regardless, he's got to be the one to put it together eventually. So those puzzles are crazy. They're crazy complicated. I mean, definitely gets people to work together. Hopefully, it's not a 1 week puzzle.
I bet somebody's posted up on Reddit already.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. So I don't think that's going to give us everything, but I'm sure he's already started to tease, or he's screwed with us. One of the two. Start just writing random words on the keyboard.
I think it's more likely. I wouldn't put too much stock in this, my friends. Yeah. But you never know.
We don't know. We don't know. So anyways.
No post on Reddit yet. No post on Reddit.
So
anyway, so what I was saying about ships, this is precisely what I hate about ships right now. Is I did my due diligence. I farmed my bounty hunter ships so that I could get the Falcon. I was a good boy. And now, oh, hold on real quick. Cools, Ammo123, do you think we'll ever get Stars Resistance characters? I don't think so. So far, it doesn't seem.
Doesn't seem like it's taken off.
I'm finishing this point.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching it.
I mean, I hear it's okay, but not amazing. What I hate about this right now, though, is the whole arena meta has changed for ships. And I've got my, the best lineup right now. I've got like probably 5 or 6 more characters I need to gear up to gear 12. And I've got other gear farming priorities. Like, I don't want to farm these characters will disrupt my gear farm so significant. And I don't want to do that just for ships.
Right.
So what am I doing? I'm just falling in ships a bit more. Yeah. I'm gonna farm them a little slower, but I mean, I just don't want to farm them. And I think maybe one of the biggest weaknesses of ships is people don't like farming characters for ships.
That's one of the problems, I think. I mean, I'd be fine if ships had their own set of gear and just gear up the ship, I guess.
Make it separate.
Make it separate.
Don't interrupt our character.
Because, the reason why my Rebel faction is so light, I mean, it's like casting. I mean, I should gear them up for territory battles, but I'm just lazy. But, I mean, like the Falcon, like, oh, cool, Han and Chewie, great characters. Like, this is a ship that's fine to have the characters required. But,
got no problem with that.
Yeah, we just need a raid. We need to remove... is it too late to remove characters from ships? Because a lot of people bought characters to use a ship, because there are some hardcore ship people. It might be too late into it.
Will be pissed.
Yeah, and then, then the other options are, instead of doing a typical, like, arena for ships, like, have the objective be blow up the capital ship. Like, that'd be cool, I think. Making it more unique in its own way. And more. I think they just also need to release like a patch one day. Just say, hey, we're gonna dump 30 ships on you guys. Have fun. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Because there's a lot of good characters that don't have ships right now. Like Luke should have a ship. Let's see who else should have a ship. R2 should be in a ship somewhere.
And I feel like a lot of times the best ships, not every time, but I think a lot of times they want them to be characters. Yeah, because it creates a need to farm characters that we're not normally going to farm. And so I think it's part logic, but I think it's also kind of backfired on them because I think a significant chunk of the community just says screw it and they don't do it.
So I guess to keep the Millennium Falcon conversation short, awesome ship. It really needs Rebels to fully be appreciated. But
we don't want to farm our Rebels.
It's just like Darth Revan. If he comes to the game, like there's a lot of reason to spend money on this character versus why would someone want to spend money to get a 7-star Millennium Falcon? I mean, 5 stars seems to be doing the job for people. There's not a raid because there's really nothing star exclusive like raids. At heroic raids, you need a 7-star ship. So that's an incentive to maybe buy the ship. The only thing that's limiting it to stars is the territory battles. But really, you don't need the Millennium Falcon to do the 7th or 6th wave of territory battles. So needs to be something else. But regardless, the Millennium Falcon's an awesome ship. It's just ships is very underappreciated and. I know you said you had a lot. You planned on making a bunch of videos on Millennium Falcon, but you released one, and you're like, no, I'm scrapping the rest.
I had a video recorded, and I'm not gonna post it. I deleted it because it's just people don't care.
And the time you spend making a ship video, you can make a video will get views and people will enjoy a lot more. And that was kind of the same for me. It's like, oh, I had all these ideas for the Millennium Falcon, but you're gonna only get maybe half. Maybe 75% less views than something typical. So there's not a lot of engagement. I know there's a hardcore crew about it, but yeah, it's unfortunate. Maybe because there's also 2 other Millennium Falcons in the game, and it's not as exciting. I don't know. All I know is that one indicator I use for how hyped something is when I look at legendary events, like the C-3PO event did well, Chewbacca event that did well, CLS did well, Jedi Training Raid did well, Millennium Falcon. That legendary event got less views than me just casually reading a forum post. That says a lot right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I hope they do something with ships. Hope they do something with ships. But that's a whole other conversation. We don't want to talk about it too much. People are just
no more ships.
People are talking about the puzzle in the chat. They're not even listening to us. They're just waiting to see a Trump post something.
They're just like, oh, so when are they going to stop talking about ships? Grand Arena.
Let's talk about Grand Arena. Yeah, let me pull up.
We have been streaming Grand Arena, and I think you and me both are just like in heaven with this game mode because it's Really fun, and it's great for streaming.
We haven't done a cup show after Grand Arena was released, I think. Have we? I can't. Maybe we did one. I don't remember.
And you were apprehensive of it.
Yeah,
I remember.
Last I remember.
Show, we talked about it. You weren't sure what you would think about it, and I was telling you, it's going to be great, man. And I think you got to say it again.
I said I wanted to be good. I said I wanted it to be good. I'm just a bit apprehensive. I'm just holding back a little bit, but I want it to be a good game mode, and
which is fair.
It's about 85% there, I think. 80%, 85% there. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. Like Territories, I know you think that's your favorite game mode. Territory Wars is maybe third or fourth on my list because I don't feel like I like Arena. I like taking my roster, composing teams that I like, and I like feeling like I'm responsible for the outcome of the battle. And Grand Arena really, it's taking full advantage of my roster to its fullest extent versus Territory Wars. You can have your guild do everything, and you can just sit on the sidelines and not really do much. So Grand Arena has been pretty good, although I can tell the people that aren't enjoying it are the people that inflated their GP drastically. And the last Grand Arena battle I had in the championship round, I mean, the guy had his key stuff, but the problem was, like my GP here, let me show you, it's 3.84, and this guy had like 3.89, and his roster didn't have nearly as many Gear 12s and Gear 11s. Like maybe he had 10% of what I have, but the problem is when you went all the way down his roster, they were all level 85s, Gear 8, Gear 9 characters. It's like so I think that's the one concern. I mean, obviously it benefits me because I'm knocking out these people who overinflated their roster, but realistically, they should probably take like your top 50 characters or something, take that GP, and then match it with others because that's probably a better indicator. I don't know. I think matchmaking is a difficult topic to talk about, but yeah, they need oh, we're getting a lot of Fs. So why are they getting Fs? I have green bars on my side. How's your stream on your side, Cubs? Is it looking good?
My internet's all 100%, but for some reason YouTube is giving me red. So maybe it's on YouTube's end. Maybe it's not even.
Yeah, I have green on my side right now.
We've lost 100 viewers.
So yeah, I mean, I have green on my OBS right now. That's weird. All right, well, hopefully, I mean, the stream is still playing.
It just went green on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's going green on my end. And
yeah, I got green too. So maybe I know YouTube took over 24 hours to process my last stream. I didn't get the post until the next day. So that was YouTube's been having some weird stuff. And then I posted a video. It took almost 2 days to take it from 360p to 1080p. So YouTube might be having some processing issues right now.
First they leave PewDiePie out of Rewind.
Yeah, right?
2 years in a row. And then
they've been messing up. Here. Anyways, it looks like everyone's coming back online, hopefully. So what were we talking about? So yeah, I think matchmaking is a problem. I mean, it benefits me, but for people with inflated GPs, because I actually was criticized back when people were like, "Why aren't you leveling up all these characters in your roster to 85 and getting them to Gear 8, Gear 9?" And my thought at the time was just resources are precious. I'd rather I hoard and I go all in on characters I know I'm going to use. So that was my thinking, and it benefits me in Grand Arena, which I care more about than territory battles because we can do territory battles fine without a maxed out roster. So I think that's the only problem that's going on. And but other than that, everything else they're doing seems to be pretty good at Grand Arena. I think the frequency, more Grand Arena would be good because I normally never stream for Galaxy of Heroes unless it was a test account trying out a new character. I rarely ever stream, but with Grand Arena, it's like their first like legit streamable thing to do. It's fun, it's exciting. They always get good turnout for people. Yeah. So I think really just more Grand Arena, and then just keep thinking of ways to kind of play with those territories a bit. Like, what are the rules? Like 3v3 is interesting. I don't know if I'm 100% of a fan of 3v3 is interesting, but I definitely like the 5v5s. But there's a lot of ways they can experiment. So what about you, Cubs? I kind of talked a lot there.
I kind of talked a lot there. Yeah, we're both YouTubers, so we're both prone. We definitely fit the stereotype of liking to talk a lot.
Yeah.
I get it. So yeah, Grand Arena to me, this is a game mode that begs to be streamed. Whenever I've got an attack phase, I just am itching to stream it. And the only reason I will stream every single attack phase that I have time to stream. The only reason I won't stream it is if I literally can't because I don't have time.
Yeah, same here.
I just think it's that good. Really good stuff. As far as specifics, 3v3. I love 3v3 because it makes you think about the game differently.
Yeah.
And to me, I mean that I kind of got grief on my stream because I made some rookie mistakes here and there. But to me, I'm also like, we're all making big mistakes because 3v3 is
a whole different
thing.
Yeah, it's totally different.
It's totally like a good example is I was facing a first order team, and normally when I see first order, I'm going for crew, and then I'm managing taunts and going over for Kylo Ren, or I've got a couple different ways I approach it. But for some reason, first order stormtrooper never really seems to bother me in that lineup, especially because most 3v3 I've seen. I just got a comment, Cubs, shut your pie hole.
Yeah.
This is my channel.
Is this your channel?
I talk here.
6v6. Ooh, man.
6v6 would be interesting.
Double leaders, Palpatine and Vader put together or something. Oh gosh,
man.
I want to see that just for once, just one time.
Anyway, point being, I made a mistake by trying to go for Kylo first instead of just blitzing down one of the taunters, and it cost me the match. And that's one of those mistakes I just feel like is isolated to 3v3. If you're playing 5v5, it works out. You've got enough characters, but as soon as you lose one character, it's a big deal. And so I like the high pressure, high component of 3v3, even though I think I got a lot of grief for it. Personally,
that's how life is. I mean,
I like that though. I like it keeps me on my toes. And I also think that Grand Arena, I think we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg of what this game mode is going to be. I think stuff like 6v6 or dual leader abilities, like people are saying in the chat, I think stuff like that is totally possible. Right. And I would love to see what it changes.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you were a bit bummed about the grief you were getting. And I kind of told you, it's like, if you're like a quarterback, you make maybe one bad play, or maybe it wasn't even your fault, and you get all the grief for it. It's kind of like you're performing a game live, you're performing a football game or soccer game, basketball game live. You got all these fans watching. They're bound to critique every single little thing you do. So that's just kind of the nature of doing that.
If Tom Brady throws a ridiculous pass he never should have thrown,
exactly,
and it gets caught by Julian Edelman, and he runs in for a touchdown, everybody's going to pray. But the second that ball gets picked off, everybody knows it was a terrible decision.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's easy for everyone to say, if I lose a battle, you screwed that up. Well, no crap.
Yeah.
I lost. Obviously, I screwed it up.
Yeah, I mean,
here's a big opinion I have about it too is I really like being organic on my channel. I know you feel this way too. Like, I want to show the struggle. If I get on there and every single time I'm just easily beating everyone, who benefits from it? You're going to see a La La Land that doesn't exist because in reality, you guys are losing matches.
Right.
Here. I mean, there's maybe the top 1% of you that are just that good. And if you're that good, you should probably jump on YouTube and stream it. I don't know. But for me, I like being organic. I like showing the mistakes. And I'll own them. I'll own every last one of them.
There's always so much to learn from these Grand Arena streams or videos. Like, it was funny.
It's keeping me on my toes, that's for sure.
I took my Undergear Night Sister team, and I took out a maxed out Zeta Jedi Training Gray team. And I like BB-8 was left at like 2% health afterwards, which was a pretty successful run, taking a crappy Night Sister team in. And then like I showed putting in my Gear 7 Savage, I showed that the BB-8 by himself is stupid on defense and won't attack, and Savage is able to one-shot him with overpower. So it was like a clean way of finishing off some things. So people are always learning things. Like we learned that Jawas aren't really good against an undergeared Phoenix team. Stupid stuff like that. You're kind of it's fun to experiment. And I saw a comment in our chat. Another thing to maybe fix of Grand Arena is maybe auto defense. So let's say you forgot. I mean, people get busy, they forget. The game isn't #1 priority. They should automatically either place your previous defense that you put, or like that should be first priority. If you didn't put a defense, then maybe secondly, they just maybe go in your roster and just start applying things just so there's some sort of defense, because there's some people that don't have anything to play against. So that might be something to consider. But overall,
this is I've got a spoiler there. I've got a quality of life request video coming up here in the next couple days, and one of the items on the list is to adjust that exact thing in Grand Arena, because while I haven't had this yet, one of the most consistent complaints I see about Grand Arena, the most consistent, not even one of, it is the most is I went into Grand Arena and my opponent didn't set defense. And so I think a simple solution to that is have some kind of RNG component that will just automatically, we got Arnold shut your pie hole now. So that's valid. That's valid because this isn't your channel.
That makes more sense now. That makes more sense.
Anyway, so I think one of two things should happen. So if this person has never set defense, I think there should be maybe some kind of RNG component there. And then if they have, then have it be whatever they set last time. Done.
Yeah.
And then if somebody just does, if they're not going to do anything, they're still going to lose because all the other person has to do is beat one team.
Right. So it's a good game mode. I think it's definitely my second favorite, close to becoming the first. If they added crystals, I'd be sold. It'd be my number one favorite game mode then. But other than that, it's definitely my second favorite game mode in the game because it's Arena, which that's my number one thing I care about. And then Grand Arena is just a bigger version of it. And I think it just has endless potential going into the future. So they did a good job with it. And of course, there's a few things they can maybe tweak to make it a little bit better and keep experimenting. I think the experimenting is good. Obviously, we saw that the removing things from Territory Wars wasn't maybe too popular. Didn't bother me much. It was actually nice not going up against Jedi Knight Revan. So maybe I'm not the best person to ask that question, but it seemed like that wasn't too popular. But adding things, changing the rule 6v6, dual leaders, I don't know. They can go really crazy going forward. So that's it for Grand Arena, I think, unless you have any other thoughts you want to toss on that.
No, I think that's it. I think out of everything I have seen in this game, out of every game mode, every character, everything we've ever seen, I don't think that anything has given me more excitement for the future of this game than Grand Arena. To me, there is so much open with this game mode, so much you can do, and so much that is engaging about it that I think this is what this game desperately needed. Because to me, I really feel like even with Territory Wars, a lot of people were just wholly focused on Squad Arena. And to me, that's kind of a dangerous place to be for this game where people are only going to care about a 5-man squad. But Grand Arena, to me, more than anything, has put us in a place where we really care about our roster on a much deeper level. And it's going to only continue that way. And I love it. I think Grand Arena is amazing.
I think the one reason why Grand Arena, I think one reason why Grand Arena is just so good is that, because the problem with the game was before, it's like if you're not arena viable, there's no reason to use you. But with Grand Arena, like when Boss came out, he was kind of underwhelming for people at first because like you couldn't use him in arena, and it wasn't really crazy for the Sith rate. He was decent. But if there was Grand Arena at the time, it'd be like, oh, okay, if I don't use you in Arena, I can use you in Grand Arena at least, which is another big game mode out there. So I think that's just one thing cool about Grand Arena. You just, all these factions that might not be necessarily Arena viable, they have a lot of usefulness in Grand Arena. So good game mode. I hope it gets better. It brings a lot of hope for the future of the game, I think. And a lot of people are saying it's the best game mode. It's definitely up there for me. Really close to becoming number one for me. Anything else you want to add on top of that, Cubby? I know we're a little over time here, but I think we got a lot jam-packed in the past hour 20 we've been streaming.
Let's see. I mean, just look on the docket. I think we hit on everything. We got the meme of we've got everything. We covered that in an hour and a half almost.
Yeah, we did good.
That's not bad.
We tried controlling our pie holes. We could keep talking longer, but I think we got what we wanted to see out there. So next time we stream, I don't know when it's going to be. I know you're going to Florida next week,
so,
right?
Yeah, next week we won't be on, but the week after that we should be good on either. Okay. So I think I'll be getting back that Sunday.
Okay.
And so I might be, I might need a little bit of time to chill and.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure whenever we stream the show next time, there's got to be something to talk about by then for February. So
we should do a joint Grand Arena stream at some time too. That'd be fun. Maybe we could put it in conjunction with show sometime.
Yeah, no, we won't be paired because I think you're in the 4 millions, right?
Yeah, we won't be paired.
Yeah, I won't be paired. Yeah,
you could show your battles, I could show mine.
Right. I'm purposely not trying to inflate my roster above 4 because I'm enjoying not being in the 4 million bracket yet.
So I was worried about that because I was on the threshold for a while, and this last Grand Arena I was there, and it wasn't too.
Okay.
Too bad.
That's good to know. Good to know.
You'll be fine. I was like afraid. Anytime I upgraded anything, I'm like,
I
got the Falcon, and it was like, nope, you're going over.
I still got 150,000 of wiggle room, so it's gonna be a while till I get into a new bracket. But my roster is it's a nice it's got a lot of muscle in it. It doesn't have a lot of fat in it, which I like about my roster. So
that's a good way to do it.
That's a good way to do it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we had a fun stream. We had Crumb potentially tease whatever the next puzzle's going to be. I'm pretty sure you'll see it on Reddit. I mean, we might post it on Twitter on the Cup Show Twitter page to say what one of the highlights were. I think February's going to be a big month, so we hope to talk to you guys soon and talk more about whatever February's got in store.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, that's how we're going to wrap.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
Neato gang.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. And well, how do you end your videos?
We got to go out with this comment. The bees have left the hive, and the handkerchief is blue.
Okay, let me zoom in on my face real quick so we can make sure we wrap up on that. This could be your thumbnail for the video. All right. So
the bees are hive.
The bees
have left the hive. Say it in the deepest voice you can.
All right. Like, we're not fully zoomed in yet. We're not fully zoomed in yet.
Oh,
almost there. Oh my god, this thing picks up so much detail on my face. Oh my god.
All right, you got some zits there.
I got some zits there, man. Holy cow. All right. What's the? I can't. Hold on. I gotta pull the screen over.
The bees have left the hive.
Everyone's leaving the chat now. All right. All right. Here we go. All right. The bees have left the hive, and the handkerchief is blue.
Goodbye.